It's that time of year when there are a lot of performances going on. And in this case, in an unusual space, Half-Light Theater is presenting the music of Elton John in the courtyard of the Roberson Museum and Science Center at 30 Front Street in Binghamton. I'm pleased to welcome two of the performers, Tim Mollen and Matt Gardner. Good morning.
Morning, Bill.
How did you come up with the choice of doing music of Elton John?
Well, we, with our first show, which is exactly a year ago, we did our first production, which was the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber. And the concept was for our concert series to do a different songwriter or composer and devote a show to just their music. So we started with Webber. Then in November we did Stephen Sondheim. And this time we thought Elton John would be a good transition from the Broadway world to more pop and rock music because he inhabits both those realms.
And you're doing it in the courtyard. For people who aren't familiar with the Roberson Museum, can you explain the courtyard?
Yeah.
People have probably seen it.
They probably walked by it, or if they attended the Wine and Food Festival, then they've been in that space. But, we were on our way to our usual performance space in the ballroom this past winter when we walked down this hallway with huge windows and looked out on this beautiful space. So it's a courtyard in the traditional sense, and that it has four walls but open air. A lot of it has decking for the ground, and then there's some grass also. And we thought, well, if we're going to do a show in the summertime, why not be outside for a nice evening? We're going to have wine and beer and snacks available as concessions so people can come out and enjoy the weather, hopefully, if this beautiful weather continues. If not, we have a room set up right next door to it so we can move inside. But it should be
You going to be in with
nice
the trains?
That'd be good. We'll have to figure out some songs that would go along with that.
Matt, what are you singing?
I'm singing 4 songs that I know of so far. They might throw me into a duet or one of the Broadway tunes, and I'm more of a old school 70s Elton John fan. So I'm doing Your Song. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Benny and the Jets, and there was one more. Rocket Man, which is going to bring me into my higher tenor register. I'm gonna have to do some falsetto for that one.
Who are some of your partners in the cast?
I've got a list of them here, my little cheat sheet. Missy Harris, who's directing, is also performing, and she's going to be doing a couple of those Broadway songs people might be a little less familiar with, but they're terrific. Laura Liberty, Ilana Lieberman, who's a senior at Vestal High School, Brett Nichols, Chris Nickerson, Johnny Pennard, and Barbara Vartanian. I should say John Pennard. That's his performing name.
Yes,
he's
professional name, yes.
He's a terrific singer.
Have you had a chance to work out in the courtyard yet?
No, not yet. We have basically walked around the space just to check it out, but we've been rehearsing in a building next door to Roberson.
I'm just wondering if you've had a chance to check out the acoustics there.
Nope.
I might walk over there today and do some scales and see what happens.
And what was the process of picking out who would sing what song?
Well, Missy is much more gifted than myself in the musical areas. In fact, she was supposed to do this interview today. I'm pinch hitting for her because she couldn't get out of work. But she did most of the song selection. We went heavily towards music that people would know. So it's mostly the hits from the 70s and 80s. But then a sprinkling of things that were either deeper album cuts from the 70s or music from the Broadway things that he has written, like from The Lion King and Aida. And there's a song from Billy Elliot. I don't even know if people knew that that was one of his shows as well.
I don't know that.
And one song from an oddity called Lestat that kind of came and went. The vampire story,
The Anne
Rice books.
Right.
Any pleasant surprises? Music you didn't know before that, I like that.
Yes, all of those. In fact, the song from Lestat, I can't remember the name of it, but Brett Nichols is singing it, and it's gorgeous. So yeah, definitely some good surprises. And speaking of surprises, I'll be doing a dramatic reading of perhaps the worst song ever done by Elton John, which is something called Wrap Her Up.
Wrap Her Up.
So
Nice.
that'll be my little contribution.
Yes, and after I'm done singing, I can do my Christopher Walken impression of Elton John lyrics. Although when you do Christopher Walken, it works better with Billy Joel. But I guess that's
Well, give us a little of that. Can you give us a little?
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, doing Rocket Man, maybe.
Doing Rocket Man. Okay. Well, see, that's the thing. I know more Billy Joel lyrics than Elton John lyrics because when people come to see this show, they're going to see me with some lyric sheets because I'm not as familiar with the work. But when I do the Billy Joel, I do Anthony works the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She says, "Sonny, move out to the country." So
you're seeing a show in development right here, Bill, because now I'm going to demand that be part of our show.
We'll see. Yeah, next year at Half-Light Theater, it's going to be Christopher Walken Presents, and it'll just be him speaking pop music lyrics.
Have you made some plans for next year for Half-Light Theater?
Yes, I'm not allowed yet. It's in a hermetically sealed envelope in a vault. But yes, we have
on
a
Funk and
season
Wagnall's
planned.
porch.
That's in a mayonnaise jar. Yes.
That's right. But yes, we have a season planned, and we're lucky enough to be back at Roberson. They've been wonderful to us, and so we have a full season for next year.
Once again, Half-Light Theater is presenting the music of Elton John in the courtyard at the Roberson Museum and Science Center, 30 Front Street in Binghamton. Performances are July 13th and 14th at 7:30 and July 15th at 3 p.m. And again, that is in the courtyard at the Roberson Museum and Science Center. My guests have been Tim Mollen and Matt Gardner. If you'd like ticket information, the number to call is 772-0660. Again, that's 772-0660, or simply go to roberson.org. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.